Today we are going to talk about the absolute worst couples in Love is Blind history. In my opinion, of course. So I have watched Love is Blind consistently and faithfully ever since season 1, and I have been keeping track of the couples that I'm just like, girl, boy, person, you probably should have went to therapy instead of signing up to be a wife or a husband to someone else on national television, because it wasn't giving Love is Blind. It was giving Love is Hurt. Love is I need a job. Love is I need utensils. Because some of these couples, I'm just like, producers, were y'all like being for real when you pick these people? Starting with season 1, Carlton and Diamond. Y'all, this couple was a mess. So Carlton and Diamond, they was vibing in the pods, and the only reason why they are making this list is simply because of the way Carlton ate up Diamond after she did not want to be with him, after he disclosed that he was bisexual, after proposing to her and withholding information like that, as if he was just withholding the fact that his favorite color is pink. That whole scene was so mind-blowing to me, because I'm just like, how do we not understand how that's not wrong? And I remember seeing it, and it turned into like this whole internet debate, y'all. And I'm like, are we really debating this? Withholding any type of information from your partner is not okay, and then expecting them to be okay with it, and then when they respectfully decline, you eat them up and cuss them out, y'all.
I am bisexual. I don't have to disclose information that I'm not ready for somebody. Like, I have disclosed information to people.
But you don't think that's misleading for other people?
Called all types
we about to
of
go
names.
here, walk down the aisle.
Nobody has ever had an issue with it except you, and it was girls who wasn't even like remotely close to who you are.
Well,
if you were this
Diamond
person,
Jack.
okay,
all of the things shot on TV. Go back to season 1 and watch it. And the funny thing with Carlton is, if you do not follow the news outside of Love is Blind, Carlton was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I think he was a hairstylist to one of those wives on the show. Him on Real Housewives of Atlanta was a completely different person than what we saw on Love is Blind. So I was just like, what is this? It was like literally night and day, y'all. And even outside of that crazy situation, I really didn't see what made them think that this person was my person, because it wasn't giving. When they were in the pods, it was giving, oh, I just want to get married. Oh, I just want to accept this proposal just so I can stay on the show. Like, I'm just doing it just for the fun. It was not given that they had an actual connection. It was kind of cringe to watch, honestly. Next, we have Ayana and Jared from season 2, child. Oh my gosh. Ayana was telling us to mind our damn business. She married her forever man. I don't know what y'all talking about on TV. I'm not the second choice. Shut up. Don't talk about my husband. Yo, I remember seeing Ayana and Jared getting together in the pods, even after the proposal, and the whole thing with him picking Ayana after Mallory said no. I was like, girl, don't do it. Girl, don't do it. Not because being the second choice doesn't always work out, because sometimes it does, but Jared was never giving. And the fact that he just instantly went to Ayana after Mallory said no. So I'm like, if Mallory would have said yes, and then after, when they got out of the pods and he had that totally inappropriate conversation with Mallory, just talking about a whole bunch of nothing, flirting, and I'm just like, bro, aren't you engaged? Isn't your fiance over there? Like, and Mallory, isn't your fiance over there? Like, why are you guys so close, talking about, oh yeah, I would have got you this ring, he got you the wrong ring, yeah, I know you would have did that. I was like, be for real, y'all. Y'all, I am commenting on these people based off of what I saw in the show. I don't know them in real life. Don't take offense to it. Please, 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 please. And even in the show, Jared was really given, like, he was not feeling Ayana all of the way. I definitely think Ayana really loved him, really wanted to make this work. She was definitely taking the process seriously. But something about Jared was given, I don't like her like that. But they ended up at the altar. They both ended up saying yes. Jared's dad was the minister of the wedding, which I thought was really cute. Their families were like a really big part of the process for them getting married, which I really love, by the way. But child, fast forward to after the altar, they got a divorce, child. And I was just like, wow. So yo, when I saw that, I promise you, I do not prey on people's downfalls when it comes to marriages and stuff like that. I really did hope that it did work out, but something about that whole situation was giving, girl, it's not gonna work out. And even during that time, once again, Ayana was on the internet defending her man and defending her marriage, as she should. So when she told us to shut up, like, for about the 5th or 6th time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna back it up. But fast forward to them getting divorced, and the reason why they got the divorce is simply because Jared was cheating. He was not acting like the husband that he should have been. I was just like, it truly was a jump scare. Next, we have Shayna and Kyle. Child, they are only making this list because that relationship was so cringy. It was so hard to watch. I just remember wanting to fast forward through it because the amount of secondhand embarrassment that I felt for Shayna and Kyle was just astronomical. First of all, Shayna only wanted to marry this man because the other dude said no. The other dude is Shane. And this is why I said she copied the formula that Jessica did in season 1 because she knew she wanted Shane, child. But when Shane said no and he picked Natalie, Shayna was like, by any means necessary, boo, I'ma see you. And Shayna and Kyle were so weird because they disagreed on fundamental things that I feel like you should agree on as a couple. First of all, Shayna said religion is a big part of her life. Why did she choose to have a marriage with someone who said that he does not believe in God? Why did she think it was okay to bring this man home to her family? Even her family was looking at her like, girl, why do you bring this man home? Y'all not clicking. So many people were like, oh, poor Kyle, he's just so nice. Shayna's doing him dirty. I'm just like, no. Kyle knew what he was doing as well because I'm like, how many times did this woman say she wasn't feeling you like that? She didn't want to go on the honeymoon. I believe she told him he's unattractive. Like, she literally showed so many times she did not like this man. So I'm just like, Kyle, it's giving you just wanted to stay on TV. And listen, if that's what it is, it's okay. But don't play the victim and be like, oh my gosh, I'm just so sad. It's the fact that I'm still talking about this as if this season just passed when this is literally years ago. Yeah, that couple was a no for me. It was so weird to watch. I'm like, they like to cut couples out of the season now. I'm like, y'all should have just cut out Shayna and Kyle because when I tell you that was so cringe and Kyle was practically begging her to be with him. It was weird. Last but not least, we have Jackie and Marshall and Jackie and Josh. Ooh, I feel like this little trio right here could get its own separate video. Jackie and Josh, hot mess. Jackie and Marshall, even hotter mess. The person that Jackie was on the show, the person that they portrayed to us, because like I said, I'm gonna keep it cute. I don't know these people. Child, Jackie was not it. Her vibe was not it. From her saying that man has sugar in his tank. When I saw that, when she posted that in the group messages that got leaked to the public, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then in the show, when she was like, oh, you're not man enough, you're not tough enough, like she kept calling she kept calling Marshall out on like his masculine energy. And I'm just like, girl, it's giving you want a thugga to like knock you around and beat you up. And Marshall was not giving that. And Marshall, on the other hand, I felt like he was Captain Save a Girl because I'm just like, when he made that comment about, oh, her being a project and him needing to fix people, I was like, oh, you dead wrong for that. So I'm like, you probably knew as well that this girl was not for you, but you thought you could like fix her and mold her into the type of woman that you wanted. Yeah, I think to this very day, Jackie is like the most villainous person out of the Love is Blind franchise, child, because I think the content that came out after the show was released was very telling of her personality and kind of like supported some of the things that we saw on screen. It was giving toxic, it was giving mean girl, it was giving abusive. And Marshall, I was just like, why do you want to be with this woman if this is what she has to say about you? It was very confusing. And then how they broke up was just also so nasty. And then showing that she got with Josh like immediately after, I was just like, what is this? And I'm sure y'all saw like the fallout on social media and stuff. So when we get to after the altar, now they're together, they're all hugged up, fighting for their life, child, fighting for their relationship. We see them moved in together, but it's also giving Josh don't really like Jackie either. Like, I don't know, their energy was just like a little weird, but I guess, I don't know. But out of the first 4 seasons, I really feel like this trio, like this whole mess that they created as a whole was when Love is Blind was like, yeah, this is what we need now going forward. Because then we get into season 5 and we get Uche, we get Aaliyah, and we get Lydia. Another trio, another hot mess that I'm not getting into in this video. Y'all gonna have to tune in to part 2 when I do it. Comment down below your absolute worst couple on Love is Blind, or comment on my thoughts on my version of who I thought was the worst. Definitely, I will be doing a part 2, guys, because y'all, when I tell you, I have a whole list right here, but I was like, child, this will be an hour-long video, and we ain't gonna do that. I'm going to give them until season 7 to get it together, or I'm just really gonna tune out. I'm not getting emotionally invested anymore because clearly they putting people on the show that needs to go to therapy or other places to get healing. They don't need a husband or a wife right now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.